Carol Nolan.
Tá áthas Lord na rátaí leathan Vanda Tróna aniu is tubaist mór agus tá sé gaciile duine an seo nach bhfuil na bhfuil go bhfuil deacrachtaí tá sé dochreite go bhfuil daoine ag feitheamh th blianta tar éis blianta chun an infrastruchtúr seo a áil agus is infrastruchtúr banúsach ag deireadh an lé. The following comments were made by a government minister on the rollout of National Broadband Plan. The government's National Broadband Plan aims to radically change the broadband landscape in Ireland by ensuring that high-speed services are available to all of our citizens and businesses well in advance of the EU's target date of 2020, and that significantly higher speeds are available to as many homes and businesses as possible. That minister was Minister Pat Rabbitte. The year he made those comments in was 2013. 1 year after the National Broadband Plan was originally published in August 2012, and 2 years after the publication of the Next Generational Broadband Task Force report in 2011. Yet here we are, at the start of 2022, more than a decade after the Next Generation Broadband Task Force report was published, and many parts of rural Ireland, and indeed urban Ireland, are still without access to a basic infrastructure, high-speed fibre connections. That is incredible. And we've heard several TDs, government TDs, making comments that this project is gathering pace. What do they mean exactly by gathering pace? I mean, we're going back as far as announcements in 2013, and here we are in 2022. It's shameful, absolutely shameful, and I don't believe there's any excuse for such a delay. And it certainly has hampered businesses. You know, I've heard directly from many small employers, one employer in Rosenallis in County Laois, 30 employees. He cannot get high-speed broadband in the area and was told it will be a number of years. Now, if that's how employers are treated, look, no wonder we don't have enough jobs or enough job creation in rural Ireland when we are being let down by a so-called plan, because I don't believe it is a good plan. I don't believe it's credible. It's not credible to leave people waiting years and years for such basic infrastructure. And I know ourselves in the Rural Independent Group, we have sought a briefing with National Broadband Ireland to discuss the many issues and indeed, ask the questions that need to be asked, because we do need proper constructive engagement and we do need firm commitments that we can stand over, and to expect TDs to tell their constituents that they must wait till 2025, 2026 for basic infrastructure such as national broadband just doesn't cut it. And it's certainly something that I don't think is acceptable in the least. And certainly, so much for gathering pace. I don't call that gathering pace if we have to wait that long. And surely something can be done here, because we know that in all of our communities there are areas affected and there are employers affected. There are businesses the length and breadth of the country. And also, it will hamper our chances of bringing in foreign direct investment, or indeed in encouraging local enterprises to set up in a particular area or in a particular community. It's certainly holding back our local economy. It's certainly holding back potential by not having this infrastructure in place. There is something, as I said, radically wrong, and I believe that we all need to be asking the questions of the National Broadband Plan. In my own constituency of Laois Offaly, National Broadband Ireland have confirmed to me that while areas in Offaly, such as those in and around Cloneygown, are within its intervention area, the anticipated connection date is January 2025 to December 2026. That, as I've said before, is totally unacceptable, particularly when the government is talking about legislation allowing people work from home. And we're hearing this sort of thing and this sort of spin. How can people work from home if they don't have basic broadband? It's certainly going to put paid to that notion. For many, many families, they just will not be able to do so and will have no option but to commute. Even if their employer is willing to let them work from home, it can't happen unless the infrastructure is there. So I just feel that, you know, there's too much of a delay, and there's acceptance around that from government, which is very concerning. I would have thought that you would be more critically evaluating the whole process and asking the questions as elected representatives. I believe that's the proper role and indeed the proper way to pursue the issue. But I do feel that, you know, it's so long since the report of the task force that I mentioned a moment ago, 15 years, Minister. I have serious concerns, Tommy Tógáil and Am Goléir, a Chahirlach Froner. So, yeah, Tommy Tógáil Ma'am. My concerns also relate to the actual cost of the project. I mean, this is like something that is comparable to the National Children's Hospital. It's 2.1 billion. And that is very, very concerning. We need to be asking questions as public representatives. But
I do apologise, but I tried to give you a little bit leeway, but I'm afraid your time is up. Apologies.
Yeah, but Tommy Tógáil Teachtadala Ella Coma, Igor and Grupa, Tommy Tógáil and Am Goléir.
Okay, well, just on this.
I'm almost finished. I'm almost finished, but I do have leeway because there's nobody else here in the group.
Okay, well, it just allows you 5 minutes, Deputy, on this, so I'm just trying to stick to
okay,
this.
okay.
Apologies.
No, I'm the only person. I told the Count Corla when I came in that I was taking the time on behalf of the group.
Okay, well,
yeah,
it's not
I did.
On this now, I'm afraid.
Okay,
it gives your group 5 minutes.
Yeah,
so
okay,
apologies.
okay. I'll just finish up.
Just finish then.
Yeah, I'll just finish up. National Broadband Ireland have the cost of the programme is made up of a base subsidy of 2.1 billion and 480 million of a contingency subsidy plus VAT. According to NBI, it is very early in the build phase, but the indications are it will be able to keep as close to the 2.1 billion base subsidy as possible. If this does not happen, does the Minister, I wonder, anticipate increasing the existing 480 million contingency fund, and if so, at what level? As I said, I have serious concerns around the cost of the project, and indeed I have concerns, and indeed I've very little confidence in the capability and indeed the ability of this project of this scale to be delivered, because it certainly isn't being delivered in a timely manner.
Thank you, Deputy. Thank you very much.